together. Nice legs. Super. And then we'll just put regular in. I've been following this group for quite a while now, and it's pretty good because it's at a fast pace. I just keep trying to keep up to this one dude on the bike here, and he's going at a pretty good clip, and so is everybody else, and it's all being led by a gas truck, big gas tanker. And I mean, that gas tanker is just a moving. So I'm getting a little bit of practice in with my going a little faster on the bends and stuff like that, in the rain no less. Go figure. But I just tried to keep up with them, and this has been going on for quite a ways. And we've been going for, I'd say, about maybe 40 or 50 kilometers like this. Just a fast pace, shooting through the curves. Oh, he's finally pulling off. I guess he's finally had enough. Tired of me being on his ass. But I'm gonna press on because it's 5 o'clock and I still got 70 clicks to go of this. We don't know how many more construction zones. And we made it to Port Hastings, so we are getting some progress. Still got a good 50 clicks to go. 45 clicks, I'm supposed to go straight. But anyway, about 50 clicks. Still raining. The rain's intensified actually a little bit. But not the worst I've been through. It's the wind is the hard part. The winds are pretty high, but doable. But I think that whole stretch I just went down was pretty sheltered, so that helped. Got some good practice on my twisties. Twisties in the rain, no less. So I believe where I'm going is Port Hawksbury, if I'm not mistaken. Study the map a little more. This doesn't have the hotel programmed in where I'm going on the V line. It's just going to get me down there, and then I'll go to the Garmin and find out exactly how to get to that Cove Hotel again. But it's out on a little pier or peninsula somewhere, just beside the highway and stuff. So it's a little tricky that you can't just like follow the road and get there. But it will get you there if you follow the GPS, so that's what we're gonna do. Alright, I've stopped and I've tracked it down. Looks like the beeline does know where to get straight to the hotel. It just kind of cut out on me, but I restarted it. And I checked the map, and it seems to go right there. So it's saying I gotta go across this windy causeway. So here we go again with the wind shit. So I got my coat open too. This is an helper. Oh yeah, we're windy again. Holy shit. That actually slid the bike from that truck. Shit. It slid me sideways about, I don't know, 3 inches or something like that. But we're still plugging on. Hold your foot, conquistador. Here comes another frickin' truck. Something about that causeway. Holy shit. I'm telling you, man. You wonder why I have no hair left. I had someone so close on my ass that I couldn't slow down in time to turn off on the road, which is kind of a hidden driveway right off the highway. So rather than avoid a collision, or rather than have a collision, I avoided one, but I overshot the turn off. So I'm backpedaling about 75 feet all the way back. maybe 100 feet back along the side of the damn highway. But see, this is why I say it's such a problem with people on your ass, especially when you don't really know where you're going all the time. I mean, if you knew well ahead of time where your turn was and you could signal way ahead of time and all that, and you could slow down gradually, you know, no problem, you can do it. But when you're looking and you're looking and you're looking like, oh, there it is, and it's gone, and you can't slam the brakes on because there's somebody 2 feet off of your ass. It's a real problem lately. See, people are veering around me. I better get off the road here. Just frick. Ay, ay, ay. Hi, shit. But it was a major highway, so I couldn't just like pull a U-ey. I'd have to go up like 5 miles to the next exit and find my way back. Trials and tribulations, I tell you. The trials and tribulations. Okay, we made it back to the Cove Motel again, and they call it Frankville, and it's very close to Port Hawksbury. Anyway, I'm just at the next cottage over, I think. No, I'm 2 cottages over from the one I was at on the way out. So it's nice to have made it out all the way back from my adventures. Looks like we definitely got some rain coming in. So the bike is all covered up now. Some guys don't cover the seat, but I like to cover it because my seat gets soaked in the morning and I just want to kind of protect it from that. And it also kind of makes it a little less interesting for people to look at. I don't want people all interested in it. I just want it left alone. Alright, so probably lock that up. So I'm going to go back in. Cabin's pretty much the same except a king bed. Carpet's a little cleaner in this one. So I'm gonna get settled in and we're gonna see what we're gonna do for tonight. See you. Well, good morning everyone. I believe we're on to day 17 now. Today we're gonna be going looping all around the eastern side of Nova Scotia, 270 kilometers. So it's 20 after 7 now. I slept pretty good. This is one of the better sleeps I've had. I was super zonked last night. I don't know, I was just completely trashed, wired, wiped out, whatever you want to call it. And I went down and it was like, God, not even 9:30, and I was like, I just got to go to bed. No TV, no nothing. And I crashed and I slept good. So we've had a good 9 hours sleep, so feeling better now. A little cooler out this morning. I haven't looked outside yet. Just making some oatmeal here. And I'm going to put on some more water and make some coffee. It's not that I'm being cheap. It's just that when you're on a 27-day trip, it gets hard to just constantly go to restaurant after restaurant after restaurant if you can even find them. And it's just been a whole lot easier on my budget, easier on my stomach. To be, try to eat a lot of the food that you can make yourself, like what I call picnic style. And so if I just came here to my room last night, I didn't go for supper in the dining room. Because it's also an extra, $50 or whatever, anywhere from $20 to $50, depending what you get every time you sit down and have a big supper at a restaurant. So I just made some canned spaghetti and ate those buns that I ate, and had some tea, and I was good. So now we're going to have some of this. Yeah, I still stop in at the odd diner or restaurant. I just can't do it continuously for every single meal. So I know that any motel owners watching don't like to see you do this. They don't like to see you using these little Bunsen burners in your room. One thing it can do is it can set off the smoke alarm if it gets any kind of a whiff of it. I don't think it will, but just to make sure it didn't, I took the smoke alarm off the wall and I got it set over here, and I'll put it back when I'm done. You just take it off the wall. As long as it's not wired in, you can do that. But I'm being responsible, I'm being safe.
But I can understand that why they wouldn't want everybody doing it, because not everybody is safe or responsible, and they don't want them burning their motel down. The insurance companies would probably freak out about it too. But I'll tell you one thing. If you don't want people doing this, why don't you put a kettle in your motel rooms? Out of all the motels I've stayed in, and this is day 17 now, only one had a kettle in it. You know, unless it was like a bed and breakfast or something, and that's where you have to kind of sneak into the kitchen and borrow their kettle. So, you know, there's a couple of things these motel owners should think about. Kettles are cheap, so if you're worried someone's going to steal it, it's not a huge loss. You can charge it on their card if they steal it, okay? And a kettle, you could get a kettle for like 20 bucks, you know? Like, so just put a kettle in your motel rooms. Then we don't have to do this. I just use your kettle, and I would make my oatmeal or make my tea in my room. Because this here doesn't work worth a shit. I'll tell you right now, okay? It doesn't heat the water up properly. It doesn't make good tea. It doesn't make good coffee. It just makes shit. You could do that when you're desperate, but it's not good. You need boiling water to make a decent cup of tea or a decent cup of coffee. Sorry to say. So anyway, end rant. I'm gonna have my breakfast. I'm gonna just kind of take my time a little bit. Only 270 kilometers today, and it's hopefully nothing too major. Hopefully I don't run into too much construction or problems like that. It's just what I'm expecting is just curvy roads along the shoreline. So let's see what happens. So some of you were wondering how I do this coffee. This is how I do my coffee. And you all have different strengths of what you want, but I usually do about one good rounded teaspoon, maybe a bit more. And then I put it in an infuser, which is actually meant for tea. And I just need to get my cup here. Which, my cup, I have in the bathroom because I filled it with hot water to preheat the cup. So the cup isn't ice cold when you put it in there. But then you put your cup down here. And then you put your infuser. Like that. And then this is hard to do one-handed. I'm trying to hang on to the camera, but then you're going to go like this, and you're going to pour it in the infuser. Hopefully you can see. Like that. Now this isn't like tea where you have to steep it for 5 minutes or anything like that. And but I give it just about like a minute tops. And in the meantime, we're going to get some more water. And you always heat cold water. You don't heat hot water. Because we need more water for our oatmeal. I don't need to show you how I make oatmeal. That's pretty straightforward. Just put hot water in the instant oatmeal and stir it. And you can add a little milk or whatever. You're done. So there, we've got that on for the oatmeal now. You always make sure that's well balanced if you're going to do this. I'm not endorsing this. I'm not recommending anyone do this. This is just showing you what I do. But there we go. Okay, that's up. Now this coffee's probably already good to go. Yeah, it's hard to do this one-handed. Trust me, I look kind of silly right now. Let that coffee drip out. And I'll clean that out after. There you go. There's your good hot cup of coffee. Lovely view of it with the toilet in the background. There we go. Good hot cup of coffee. I'm just going to put you can put your milk and sugar if you want after. And I'm just waiting on that. Breakfast is served.